Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and today I wanted to show you a card that I saw from Jan B on YouTube, and it is called the Bay Window, and she did it with an awesome, with the fish one, and I really loved it, but I had an idea using playful pets, so that's what I'm going to be using today. I wanted to let you know that if you are in need of a demonstrator here in the United States, I am one, and you can buy from me, and I will give you a free PDF with 16 projects that are that have pictures and step-by-step instructions. Every month is a different one, so it's just $35 or more, and you get those great projects. And I live in North Carolina, and once this COVID thing is over, I will be doing in-person classes. I am doing Christmas card classes with 3 or 4 people at a time, and so if you are interested and you live in the area, just let me know and I'll add you to my list. Alright, so are you ready? Let's get started. Alright, so this is how the card is closed. And let me show you how it looks when it is put together. It has this really cool 3D effect and the bay window. And I don't know that you can see, but look at these cute puppies sitting inside the window waiting for you to get home. I used the sentiment from Beauty Abounds because I thought that my dog seems to love me more out of everybody, so I said a friend is someone who chooses you out of a whole world of people. So I am going to try today on having you focused a little bit more closer, and we'll see if it works out because I want to make sure you can see everything that I'm doing. And if I can keep everything inside the focus here. So I will work on that. Alright, so I'm going to put this aside. You're going to start with 2 pieces of red that are 5 3/4 by 8 1/4. Now this is a card that you would put in a mailing envelope, not one that you would be able to, well, you probably could decorate it a little bit, but not too awfully much. So we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, which I always do this little bit right here because it makes it easier. And then I'll flip it around, and then at 3 1/2. Okay, make sure I don't use my cutter. And then I'm going to turn it around. Whoops, I guess I could have, and do it on the other side, 1/2 inch. And then flip it around 3 1/2. So this makes the bay window part and the parts that we need to put together. And then the other one just gets it at the 1/2 inch mark. That's it. Easy peasy. Alright. Alright, so then we have that, and we need to put on our DSP. So for the bay window part, I chose this from the Playful Pets DSP, and this is 1 3/16 by 5 5/8, and that goes on right there. So let's go ahead and put that on. Whoop, might help if I took the thing off. And I'm using right now the Stampin' Seal Plus, which I really like because I don't have to advance it quite as much as the other, but I make sure it sticks really well. So let's put this right here in the middle, making sure that it's going one way. Alright, and then we are going to put the other 2, and these are, let's see if I can read this because I did it in white, 2 7/8 by 5 5/8. So it's all going to be 5 5/8. So let's get this on, and then I'll show you what we have to do to make the windows. Now you have this here, so you want to make sure you put it between the 2 and kind of line it up with the other piece that you have on there. There we go. And hopefully I won't be putting them upside down. put that there. Lining it up. Okay, so once you have all these put on, you are going to come in with your layering squares, and it is the 3rd, 4th, and 5th from the biggest. So these 3, they layer pretty close together. You are going to the middle one, you are going to cut your window sheet with, and the biggest one, you are going to put the big and the smallest together and cut out the frames, and you'll need 4 of these. So just whatever you need to do to, like scraps, put them together. I found you could do 2 at a time because it's just straightforward cutting. So that's what you need to do. And what we're going to do is take the smallest one and cut our windows in our paper here. So I'm going to put it down towards the bottom and tape it so that I make sure that it's going to stay where I want it. Alright, and then I'm going to come in with my new ski machine, which I call it because it stands for, you know, Stampin', Cut, and Emboss machine. So I'm going to call it ski. And I know you can't see because I got it too close, but I have this upside down because I still do that, and then run it through. Then you're going to take that off, and it's cut through both layers. So that's good. And I don't know what you would use this for later, but you can hold on to it. All right, so let's do the other side. Let me move the machine real quick so that I can see what I'm doing. And I hate this part, but I'm going to eyeball where I'm going to put it because I want the windows to be somewhat the same. And you could measure, but why do that when you can just eyeball? All right, sorry. I tickle myself sometimes. All right, so we have that. Let me move these and go ahead and run it through again. You will find this machine is a lot easier to use. It is very smooth. And it will be available on the 1st of September. And you can get the magnetic, I think, as soon as it's available. And then that is a self-healing mat. So it should be good, and I won't have to do it this way anymore. All right, so we have that. Now what we're going to do is come to the back. And got little flyaways here. And we're going to go ahead and put this on all the way around as close as we can to the window. And if you get it over the window, just push it back. All right, then we're going to come in with our window sheets, which right now they are hiding because they're clear. Oh, here they are. Okay. Phew. And you're just going to center it onto the front of this. And since we already have that sticky on the round, we're going to go ahead and put, oh goodness. Nope, it's okay, I think. I might have to use paper on the back of this to hold it, but we'll do that. I'll put a little bit of red and you won't even notice. Or I'll come in with my glue remover and remove that. So note to self, and this is what I always do in my classes, don't do it the way I did, do it the way that I tell you to do it. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and do the front. So now we have our windows. I'm going to cap that for a second. And we're going to go ahead and fold it so it's ready. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put the dogs, which let me show you how they come in the designer paper, is that they're a big sheet of all your dogs. They have little dogs here and then the bigger ones here. I have, which I think you might have seen before, is I cut out this one. And I'm going to trim his tail because he's going to have too long of a tail. So we're going to dock his tail. Luckily it doesn't hurt him. I have one of these, so I'm really excited that I have this to put in the window. And then these other two. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this guy, we want him to be right here. And we only want to have sticky on his tail and the bottom part of him. And if we can, get a tiny bit of his ear so that way he stays put. So, and you have to do it on the front part. So we'll get a little bit of his head. All right. Okay, so isn't that cute? Love it. All right, and then for the other one, we're going to put the two little puppies. And he's going to go like this. So we're going to put a little bit here and a little bit here. It's just a little bit harder when you're looking at it because you have to do them upside down. So there he is looking through. And then we get the little pom-pom guy. And the bottom of his legs will be where he's in there. And probably right here. So we're just put a little bit of glue on him. So he's sitting right next to his friend, like that. Isn't that cute? I love it. All right, so then we're going to move on to the sentiment on the front. And I did it a little bit differently because I wanted to be able to, like I said, use a different stamp set. But I came in with the rectangle layering framelets here, and I cut it out of this, but if you notice, this is a lot longer. So let me show you how I did that, and I'll have that ready so you can see. Because these can be any layer or size you want. So let's just do this one. It doesn't really matter which one I'm showing you because I did it the same on both. All right. So you come in, make sure that it is, and don't worry that it's hanging off on this side. You're going to go ahead and tape that on. Run it through. So I know this is really close, and hopefully it doesn't make it look too awfully bad. But we're going to go ahead and put this at the edge like this, but like that, and then tape that. So, and we're just going to do that one edge, not going to go all the way through, because just to make sure that the things don't, like if they don't line up, we're good. That's all. So once this comes off, and then you have it small like that. So this one, on my first card, I backed it with black, but I'm not going to because you couldn't tell because it was on the back of a black piece. And this one, I am going to go ahead and put on black. So And you don't have to have a bead this much of a border. I just thought it looked pretty. And then I went ahead and did dimensionals, which I don't have in front of me right this second, so let me go grab them. Okay, so I only want it to be on the middle, so I'm going to eyeball where I want this. And right in here. So I'm just going to put 2 here. So you don't want it to stick on the other side because then it won't fold flat for you or come out when you have it open like that. Okay, so now we have the inside, which is right here. And what we're going to do is bring in our 2 pieces of DSP that have the paw prints. And this one is 4 1/8 by 5 5/8. And this one is 3 3/8 by 5 5/8. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put these down. And this one's going to get close to the edge. And be just close to this edge and then centered. Alright, and then this one's just going to go right next to it because we want it to be a different panel from the inside. Like when you go to open it, it just needs to be a separate panel. Alright, so we're just going to center that in here. Sorry if my head gets in the way. Alright. Then we need to get a piece of black that's 4 3/8 by 3 1/8, and we're going to put that right here. But this is the part that we need to worry about, is that we are going to need to have a space for our flap to fit in. So we're going to go ahead and just put it down the edge like this. And not so many on this side. Whoop! I just want to make sure that we have a stopper for that one. All right, let's do a couple. I like dimensionals. Can you tell? All right, so we're going to take those off. All right, so we're going to center him. All right, about right here. And then we're going to go ahead and put our guy on there, this big old boy here. And do you see what I mean by his tail is sticking up? So when you have it, it just ends up getting in the way. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to tear his tail because I don't have my scissors handy. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of him because we're going to be popping up the sentiment too. Gosh, he's so cute. He's just so happy. And that's how dogs are. That's kind of why I love this set. Alright. Alright, and then we have the sentiment that I'm going to pop up. And it's going to go kind of on under his head just a little bit. And then we're going to use a glue, drop a glue for his paw, just so it's stuck there. Well, if I can get it to stick. Okay, and then on this one, as you can tell, I put one of the trinkets on there. So cute. All right, so now we're going to put the two together. And we're going to put tape down the middle of this. And this goes together just on the side here. All right, and then this scooches in right there. Now, I did not like the way that looked. Hold on, I gotta get my scissors after all. All right, so I didn't like the way the red showed here, so I'm going to make sure that these are straight, and I'm just going to put a little niche there, and then go straight across and cut that out. Doesn't have to be perfect because we just need it to be there to hold. So let me straighten up my paper here again. So we have that. Now this probably should have been moved over a little bit more because my window here, well, it looks good this way. So, but that's the way, whoop. Okay, which way are you? There you are. All right. So that's how I did this 3D bay window. I hope you liked it as much as I did, because I think it is just stinking cute. Now, what I'm going to do before I send it out is I'm going to put a piece of white on the back. Maybe put a paw print or something, and that's where I'm going to sign it, because I don't want this to mess up. I don't want it to mess up the beautifulness of it. So hopefully you like this, and just come back next week. I'll have something new for you. Thank you.